Hello, this is Hilda, and this is my prevention strategy active supervision presentation. The purpose of the strategy. The purpose of active supervision is to promote an environment that is safe and to help prevent injuries. It needs to be intentional observation that is focused at all times on the activity. It helps children be able to explore environments in a safe manner. Teachers have knowledge of a child's development and abilities to be able to anticipate what a child will do and step in to help if needed. Steps for implementing the strategy. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that word. But first of all, you want to set up the environment. Have the environment set up where teachers can observe children. You do this by making sure in the classroom furniture is waist or high or lower so you can observe. Or on a playground or a park, you are able to observe the children in the different areas they are playing. That means you're continually moving around equipment to see children on slides, climbing structures, playing in the sand. If at a park, they are playing in the area that they should be. In my case, because I am by myself, if we are at a large park, we move to different areas together to make sure everyone is safe. And then we make sure children stay on the playground and do not go down to if there's water by the playground or anything else that is not safe. And then the next thing is position staff. In the classroom, always make sure you're able to see and hear what children are doing. At a playground, make sure you're always moving and in a position to help children if needed. Scan and count. This means you're continually counting the children and make sure everyone is accounted for and you know where they are and what they are doing. Listen. This means you listen to what the children are doing for any specific sounds you should be concerned about or any lack of sound. Anticipate children's behavior. This means you know the interest in the development of children. I've had children with developmental delays where they had no fear. So if they saw water, they didn't have a problem running down to water. So with some of those children, I wouldn't even take them to a park that was close to water. Or if we did, I made sure I was between them and the water, and I always knew exactly where they were. I had other children that they liked, because of their developmental delay, they liked to toss sand the whole time we were at a sandbox. So I would always make sure I was really close to them, that they were trying to keep the sand low, and I would keep telling them to keep the sand low and be careful of tossing it at their friends. Another thing that I do, and I learned this from Lisa Murphy, and this is especially like on bars and stuff. If a child asks you to hand them up to the bars because they can't reach them, then that means those bars are probably not safe for that child, that they're too high and they're not big enough yet to use them, and it's not developmentally appropriate yet. So usually if they ask me to lift them up, I'm not going to do it because I know they're not big enough yet. The next one is engage and redirect. Know the children in your care, what interests them, and where are they developmentally. And then let the children try and figure out how to solve their problems. But if they're not able to do it, then you step in and you help redirect. Each program can keep children safe by teaching all staff how to look, listen, and engage. Examples across multiple classrooms, school contexts, and home. School. Active supervision can take place during free play, transitions, during restroom breaks, mealtime, on the playground, if the children go to a different area for music, physical education, library, art, or on field trips. At home, active supervision can take place while making meals and having children play in an open area where parents can see them. It can take place when they're playing in their yard, at a family's yard, or on play dates. It can take place going on outings to the zoo, parks, libraries, or other places. When you do active supervision in everyday situations, you're building rich opportunities that support a child's development and learning. How the strategy supports instruction in a positive classroom climate. Active supervision is a very easy way to support behaviors in a positive way, both in academic and social domains. You do this by being proactive and preventing problems before they occur. You have routines and structure for both the teachers and children to avoid problem behavior. Have positive interactions with the children, both verbally and nonverbal. Step in when needed and redirect in a positive manner. These are the resources. There's one on active supervision for child safety. This is by Brightwell. The article on the blog explains about the active supervision strategy, what it is. It has 6 strategies, checklists, tips for playground supervision, facts, and questions. And then there's the active supervision toolkit, and I have the link for that under the references. The toolkit explains what is active supervision and the strategies, how early care and educational programs support active supervision, information for infant and toddler settings and preschool settings, how to use a supervision checklist, roles of leadership and communication with families, and a resource guide. Interactive activity explained. For my interactive activity, because I am an in-home family preschool childcare, we are going to the park. We do this at least once a week. I use the active supervision strategy all the time. Before I go to different parks, I usually check to see how many people are there. If it is really busy, I usually go to a different park. This is setting the environment. When we are at the park, I am always moving around the equipment or staying by the children that I think may need help or they have developmental delays that I need to pay attention to. Also, if a child is fairly new in my program, I may shadow them more until I know what they can or cannot do. I am always counting and looking for the children I take with me, and sometimes I am watching other children that the person that brought them to the park is not paying attention to. I am always listening to see if someone needs help or if it is too quiet. I step in to help or redirect when needed, anticipate behaviors. Last of all, I try to engage with children and make sure they are having fun. And then here's my references, and thank you for listening to my presentation.